What makes the situation even more complex is how deeply this franchise has tied itself to its own hierarchy. Tommy Rees speaks with respect, admiration, and unwavering loyalty toward Kevin Stefanski, but that loyalty may be the very thing trapping this team in a cycle of self-inflicted stagnation. As much as Reese wants to elevate the offense, his hands are tied by a structure that values sticking to plan over making bold adjustments. There is a palpable sense that the coaching staff is terrified of admitting a mistake, terrified of acknowledging that their initial evaluation might have been flawed, terrified of facing the backlash that comes with benching a quarterback they drafted earlier than the one fans are begging to see. Instead of pivoting, they bury themselves deeper, insisting that patience will solve a problem that clearly demands action. Meanwhile, the Browns fan base is sitting helplessly on the sidelines, watching this team drift further away from relevance as the weeks slip by. They see the potential. They see the excitement Sanders has built in the city without even taking the field. They see the spark he brings every time a camera catches him smiling on the sideline, interacting with fans, signing autographs, or motivating teammates. And every time Dylan Gabriel throws another late ball into tight coverage or fails to sense pressure collapsing around him, that frustration intensifies. This is a franchise starving for hope, clinging to anyone who might offer a glimpse of something better, and Sanders has become that beacon. Yet he remains locked in a developmental timeout, waiting for a chance that seems intentionally delayed. There's a growing belief among fans and analysts that this isn't just cautious coaching. It feels like organizational politics, a silent tug-of-war behind the scenes where decisions are shaped not by performance, not by logic, not by what gives a team the best chance to win, but by pride and hierarchy. The Browns have painted themselves into a corner, and instead of breaking the wall down, they're choosing to sit there, hoping no one notices how small the room has become. Tommy Rees's comments about a unique, rarely seen situation were more revealing than any direct answer could have been. Unique is just a polite word for dysfunctional when the results look like this. And all the while, the clock is ticking. The longer Sanders sits, the more development time is lost. The NFL isn't patient. It doesn't wait for teams to figure out their internal struggles. Careers are built or broken in the blink of an eye. Reputations are made by seizing opportunities, not by waiting for perfect circumstances. Sanders didn't step into the league to be a spectator. He came to compete, to build something meaningful, to carry on a legacy with the same drive and determination he's shown at every stage of his journey. Yet Cleveland seems intent on keeping him preserved in a glass case, protected from the field, but also prevented from flourishing. What becomes even more frustrating is that the Browns are not protecting him from greatness. They're protecting him from bad optics. They're protecting themselves from criticism. They're protecting an evaluation that grows more questionable with every passing snap. Browns fans have heard this story too many times to fall for it again. They remember the quarterback carousels of the past, the endless stream of failed experiments, the broken development plans, the wasted seasons. And now, right when the franchise finally has a chance to break the cycle with a young quarterback who has the talent, the charisma, and the work ethic to redefine the team's identity, the organization seems intent on repeating the same mistakes that have haunted them for decades. The offense's collapse has been so complete that it almost feels symbolic. Every stalled drive, every 3-and-out, every miscommunication between quarterback and receiver reflects the deeper issues plaguing this team. Tommy Rees may try to apply fresh eyes to the system, may try to inject new perspectives and a renewed sense of urgency, but nothing he does will matter if the quarterback position remains an unaddressed wound. Coaching tweaks cannot rescue an offense crippled at its foundation. Play design cannot save an identity crisis. And Cleveland cannot find a spark if it refuses to light the match. Yet through all the chaos, through all the mixed messaging and missed opportunities, Sanders continues to carry himself with poise. The maturity of his perspective, the grace in his interviews, the humility in how he approaches every setback has only made fans louder in their support. He embodies everything you want out of a franchise cornerstone, and he's doing it without ever stepping onto the field. That level of composure speaks volumes about the kind of leader he could become once given the chance. It also raises an uncomfortable truth the Browns can't keep dodging. If they don't handle this correctly, if they continue to stall his growth, if they fail to recognize the moment staring them in the face, They risk losing more than just football games. They risk losing the trust of the city, the locker room, and perhaps even Sanders himself. Tommy Reese's honesty, while refreshing, only highlights the contradictions within the organization. He sees the problem. He understands the potential. He acknowledges the shortcomings in practice structure, but he cannot push the button that everyone else knows needs to be pushed. That power lies with Kevin Stefanski, and every week he refuses to act. The scrutiny grows sharper and the pressure heavier. Cleveland fans are tired of waiting. They want answers. They want change. They want hope. And right now, the only source of that hope is the quarterback standing on the sideline, holding a clipboard instead of the football. The season is slipping away, the offense is sinking, and the Browns are running out of excuses. The decisions made over the next few weeks will define not only the trajectory of the franchise, but also the legacy of those in charge. Tommy Rees may be new to his role, but even he can see what the rest of the world sees. The future is standing right in front of them. The question is whether Cleveland has the courage to embrace it. Now it's your turn to weigh in. Do you believe the Browns are mishandling Shedeur Sanders? Is Dylan Gabriel still the right choice to start? Or is it time for Cleveland to finally make the bold move the season desperately needs? And how long can the organization keep ignoring the growing frustration of its fans and the evidence unfolding on the field every week? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep this conversation alive. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our in-depth stories and analyses. Your engagement fuels this community, and we'll be back soon with more real talk on the biggest moments shaping the game.